We're back.
We're back.
Holy
What's up?
shit. This is, I mean, look, new surround. There's so much to go through.
There's a lot.
So much. And we will get to everything. I just need to start this podcast though by saying this is brought to you by NuHemp CBD products. We'll get onto them in just a little while. Let's tackle the elephant in the room off the bat.
alien in the room.
The alien in the room. We are one man less going forward.
We are free.
Jimmy has decided that he is no longer going to continue the podcast. It's really important to state that there was, like, nothing has gone wrong.
No.
There's not been any fallings out, nothing. We're all men, we're all businessmen, and we all have businesses.
Yeah, this is
and
true.
me and Lozzie come from across from Norwich. Jimmy comes up from Bournemouth, and from, you know, what I can engage in the interim of this move, which again we're going to go into in great detail in this podcast today, it's essentially set up a new business that's doing really well.
So if you follow Jim on Insta, he doesn't post so much on Insta, but if you follow him anyway, you may or may not see. He's basically a couple of months, maybe sort of 4 or 5 months ago, set up a new business called Chip Shop Goods. And it started off as just like a bit of a passion project, just to put, it's like, obviously we've still got Harbour Jack, it still runs, but he's down there, got, like, you know, he got a lot of commitments as well down there, got a tattoo shop, and he's got a factory down there, so he needs to make this factory work. So I started it off, but it's essentially like it's taken off, it's getting really big, which just means more orders coming in, and just like say this, you know, staff down there, and, you know, still Harbour Jack's still going, we're still doing stuff for that. And it's just time, really, like traveling.
Exactly.
You know, it's lucky for me because, like, to put things in perspective, like, I live 10 minutes from here.
Yeah. So
for me, it's cool. You know, I can just nip in. I can do my bits in the morning, and then we can sort of crack on filming in the afternoon. Also, as well, we've all got our own commitments ourselves. We're all, you know, as life goes on, we all get busier with stuff. Like all three of us all getting busier. So that's why we've also, it won't affect the pods going forward, but we just decided to film every other week.
So
just to give us a little
film
break.
2 at a time instead of 1 and stuff like that. Like you say, because for me personally, you know, I've got a lot busier, especially with the Facebook and stuff. So just having that extra day helps a lot, because we dedicate a Thursday to this. And also, and again, we'll get into it, but being away for so long with all the move and the building of the new studio and stuff, I've actually become accustomed to having that extra day a week. You know, when we organised to change to every other, that's going to help me an awful lot. But this with the you know, Jimmy no longer being part of it, this is a very recent update, isn't it? You know, and obviously, you know, the business that he has is like you said has been growing and growing and growing, and it's just got to a point where something had to give. And you know, it's no, we've never made it a secret that, you know, we all do this for free, and and you know, this doesn't generate a lot of money, and what money it does generate, we reinvest straight away. And obviously, at the end of the day, you know, Jimmy's got a business there that is creating a lot of money, and money makes the world go round.
100%,
you know, we're in a cost of living crisis.
But
so if he's making money, all the power to him. And it's really important to say personally, and I know obviously Lozzie feel the same, and obviously Dan is your brother, so you'll feel the same. But I have all the love, admiration, and respect in the world for Jimmy, and I'm happy for him. And if he ever, you know, has the time to come in and jump on a pod, amazing. But at the end of the day, you know, this new business that he's got, I hope that it, you know, absolutely smashes it and just continues to go up and up and up.
Yeah, he'll be back on. He'll come on he said he'll come and obviously give his update and stuff as well. And it's always better coming out of like the person. But I say, you know, we're all adults, we're all like grown men. We'd all like, you know, it's funny, like some of the, at the end of the day, podcasts are a lot of the time, you know, it's people doing it for free.
Yeah.
And it's a big commitment time wise. You know, you've got to spend all day filming. Obviously, we've got the studio stuff done.
Yeah.
And you know, it's slowly building. It keeps building, and we've got some really good support. But you know, it just takes a long time. I mean, you've been doing YouTube for
10 years now. 10 years, 10 years in a few weeks actually. I think it's like the 12th of October I started.
And it's a long, you know, YouTube is just a massive, long commitment.
Yeah,
there are some unicorns. Not unicorns. That wasn't intentional. Just unicorns out there that you know,
overnight success.
And just blow up and they get the timing right. But they're the 0.0001%. Like if you're ever gonna, a bit of advice, you're ever gonna get into YouTube and want to do that, like
be patient.
Be patient, and it's a grind.
Yeah, for sure.
And like you say, we've put so much time and effort into this, and it's a big commitment at your day. And so it's been a few years, isn't it? Like,
we're coming up
2 years.
2 years. Actually, and I think it already. I think maybe we released in October of 2020, but we were filming in September because we had like 7 in the bank before we went. So we've been doing it for 2 years, which is crazy. But so that's Jim. There is nothing negative here. There's nothing to chew on. It's just a guy that's found something that's doing really well, and you know he wants to continue that, and more power to him. That's literally
Jimmy,
the long and short of it.
If you're out there, mate, you're watching this, smash it, mate. Smash it.
It's all love, son.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, okay. We'll get onto the studio, but before we do that, we're just gonna give a shout out to the sponsor of today's podcast, NuHemp. So CBD products. Very interesting. We've got gummy bears. We've got oils. I'm actually going to try one of these. They got vegan gummy bears. So CBD, and if you could Google this, Ben, the benefits and things. When someone says CBD, to me, certainly maybe a few months ago or a few years ago, I'd be like, that's weed, innit? That's them drugs.
Yeah.
But apparently CBD is the good bit.
Yeah, it's the non-high you get from these
you can't
products.
get high from these.
There's no THC.
We'll see. I'm going to smash it.
Dan will try.
So Ben has kindly pulled this up. The known benefits of CBD oil, is used for chronic pain management, promotes restful sleep, used for treating depression, effective in treating PTSD, regulates stress, used in substance abuse treatments, arrests cancerous growth, strengthens cardiovascular system, treats irritable bowel syndrome, topical therapy for glaucoma, treats epilepsy and seizures, and has anti-inflammatory properties. Oh my word. I mean, obviously, go and ask your doctor for any more information, but this sounds like a cure for literally everything. Obviously, I'm not stating that as a fact. Okay.
Allegedly, possibly,
maybe. But I have heard about lots of, benefits of CBD oil, and I have actually been just on a little CBD vape for the last few weeks for like anxiety and stuff, and it is actually quite effective.
I used to take the oil tongue drops.
There's one right.
They've got the oil there.
I believe. I don't know if this. Shouldn't really promote another product, but there was a. I'm assuming this is the same thing, right? My driving instructor suggested that I did it's like a herbal tongue drop thing for nerves and stuff. I'm assuming that's CBD.
How long ago was that?
That was...
Because he was ahead of the game.
8, so I was 8 to 10 year ago. Yeah.
Jesus, that guy was fucking shifting products
back then.
then.
Just made me think, I was like, you said my driving instructor, I was like, what a cover up. Do you know what I mean? You drive your liner, you're driving around to houses, people are getting in your car, getting in.
It's your side hustle.
Drive around the block. Like,
take one of
drug
these,
dealers,
mate.
listen up. If you want some cover, what's that thing where you like hide in the open? It's
hide in plain sight.
Hide in plain sight, mate. Just get like, do you know what I mean? You can even be a bit cheeky.
That is actually quality, knowing that you're going towards a stressful situation of having your test. It was like just before just going, this will sort you out, mate.
So NuHemp, if you're looking to do an ambassadors program, you want to reach out to driving instructors.
Honestly, I think it's a good business.
Get them in like NuHemp shirts and stuff. Get NuHemp on the stickers on the car.
Take this before you then they'll start getting them on the hard stuff.
That's a bait and switch. That is a bait.
Tell you what really works good. Got a little bit of brown here.
Oh dear.
Okay, listen,
NuHemp.
NuHemp did say we can advertise this however we like. But yeah, www.nuhemp.co.uk. And I'm just going to read the back of the bottle because it does say on here, because it's very responsible. It says, consume responsibly. Before using this product, consult with your physician if you are under the age of 18, nursing or pregnant. Nursing? Well, if you're a nurse, you need to... ask.
I guess so.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that meant. But have any known allergies or medical conditions or taken any other medications? Okay, make sure that you do your due diligence. But this is really good stuff, and I'm gonna pop a gummy.
I'm gonna have a gummy, and it's important to note with the gummies. It says on the back,
Yes.
two a day.
1 to 2 gummies per day.
I don't know what happens if you take more than that. I don't know. So, but that's your risk you're going to take if you take any more than that.
It
But
says,
please don't.
No high, sorry. That's a great slogan. No high, sorry. Right, let's pop it.
I'm going to have a CBD gummy.
Tell you what, that's.
Ooh,
I've had this before.
They're probably like Haribo's, which is not affiliated with NuHemp.
I've had that before. Now
They're not coming. They're not coming back for another.
Not coming
sponsorship.
back.
They might bring it out, Haribo. They might see this and be
Haribo
like, do you know what I
CBD.
mean?
They taste
that's
nice.
good. That's because the trouble I had.
Are you
with
gone
the
straight
other
in with the oil?
one- Yeah,
You've gone straight for hard
and it's
line.
Very earthy, and you could taste.
Yeah.
the
What ones
hemp.
have you got?
But that's
Them
that's
ones.
good.
Oh, they're the sugar-free ones. Let's go. Yeah,
Ben's
if,
getting on
if
the
the
CBD hype.
viewers and listeners
Yes.
use APMA 20, that's
APMA 20.
APMA 20 for 20% off.
20%
Now,
off.
this only works on individual products. They do have
Okay.
bundles, like the oil with the gummies. It won't work on them. So if you do want to use the 20%, you've got to get individual products, put them in your basket, then apply the code APMA 20
Right.
to get the 20% off.
Makes sense.
Tell you what, I eat a lot of sweets. Right, okay.
Well, don't eat a lot of these,
Hang
mate.
on.
Not in one sitting.
How many
These
did
are
you
good.
just put in your mouth?
Are you sure?
You look like you got a mouthful.
He did 2 and the oil, so
We don't recommend you do that.
he's got man flu, so he's trying to cure it.
They're good, man.
The move has stressed Dan out, so he needs a bit of CBD to level off.
Mate, oh,
If
good.
you're stressed,
Give me that driving instructor's number to get on the hard stuff.
I do apologise, NuHemp. We've kind of like cycle people into the hard drugs.
NuHemp is not a gateway.
They're not in any way affiliated with any drug dealers who sell narcotics. Okay, that's a NuHemp promise.
Should we just redo that whole section?
No, it's fine.
Okay,
It's
okay.
fine.
NuHemp will love
It's just
that.
banter.
Worst case, he'll ask for the money.
Just
back.
drug
It's
banter. Nah, they're
But-
good. They are good.
And the gummies taste really nice.
Honestly, another underrated thing with a gummy is the chew. And that's a premium
Gotta
chew.
try.
Yeah, these aren't like pastel. You know, they're not none of that pastel shit.
Not gristly.
Obviously, it is 2 a day, but
Obviously, Dan's going to
This- no,
exceed
this
that
is
limit
cut.
straight away. We
is-
are what? How many?
Is this getting?
We're 13 minutes
this
into
has
a
been
pod.
cut. So this
I think
is
we're gonna
6 hours later.
I see.
don't do what we've just done.
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't a group. I'm just going to alleviate myself some of the burden on this. It wasn't a group decision. I think
They're
Dan
only sweets.
of his own mind shows that.
It's just sweets.
Okay. There we go. That's NuHemp.co.uk. APMA 20% off. Regulate that stress. That's a new tagline for them, and they can clip that and use it.
Yeah.
There we go.
For a fee.
For a fee.
Oh, fuck it.
Put a 0 on your last one, and you've got me. Right, now we've relieved all of our stress.
Oh.
Dan,
Feel better.
take us through
It's amazing. Isn't it?
the last few months of
It's already working.
just
few months. So,
moving and
yeah.
this
So
studio.
obviously, we moved factory,
Yes.
which was a fucking nightmare.
yeah.
But you didn't only just move factory, though. You moved house at the same
Yeah.
time.
I moved house in between.
That
which-
is
which
ridiculous.
was like stressful as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then I've got another little office. And I had like a cupboard, and I also decided to fuck it, I'll move that as well. So I moved all the cupboard stuff into my office. So everywhere I went,
you moved
just stuff everywhere, and it's
Yeah.
like, in the say you should have like at least one clean room or like
Yeah,
one
yeah,
place.
yeah.
To,
yeah.
And I usually have that, and but everywhere I've gone, it's just been like stuff everywhere.
Chaos.
It's been massively overwhelming. Like the factory that we moved from was 6,000 square foot, but it was set up different. So this is a similar size, but it's on 2 floors.
Yeah,
and it's just set up different. So like we had to put like the production downstairs, and upstairs we've got kind of more room for other stuff. But yeah, we've just there's just been boxes everywhere, stuff that we've had over like the last 5 years. We've done some drops and stuff to get rid of stuff, but we just found loads of like gear and collection stuff, and just things that you accumulate over the not all clothing stuff, just all different things you accumulate. Like when you're in your house, like same thing, but we're in a factory, so like we had a whole floor of stuff that we just used to put up, and then you got to sort that out. I think we've done about 10 skips.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, 10 skips full of stuff.
They've made bank.
Yeah, but also the logistics of production. So we couldn't cut off production.
Of course,
so we need to keep selling each day. But then, we've got like big machines that are like expensive, and if you damage them, you're down, and just lots of moving parts. Like so, you need to hire like an Arctic. And then you need to hire a forklift to get it. So forklift, Arctic, and then another Arctic at the other end. So you have to time all that in, and then you have to make sure that someone can drive the forklift, and that you don't drop it, and then you have to put that piece back in. But then you can't move one piece because you need another piece coming in. So it's been a journey, but like I say, this is a lifetime move. Like this new building, like works perfect for everything we need. So I'm super happy with it. This room here was obviously a bit of a rush to get done as well. But I had a vision. Can't remember, I saw it. I won't say where I nicked it from. But it's fair, it looks a lot different to my initial image. I just saw some art. I wanted archways, basically.
Yeah.
Excuse me. See, Pepsi Max kicking in. I wanted archways, and they were tricky. Like you have to
to build them in.
To build the archways in, yeah. So that's a false wall. Goes back. It's got lighting around the back. So we had to. My dad and another one of our workers, Andrew. We bought all they're like little metal arches that you get from like Wicks or B&Q. Right. And then you have to build the plasterboard up, put all them in. Then you have to have the whole lot plastered. And then you have to paint it several times. I shouted to Ben. So everyone's worked really hard, and like it's one of those ones when I saw the wall up and it was plastered. I don't know if I've got a picture of it. I'll try and show it. It didn't look right, and I was like, is this gonna work? But luckily it all came together, and obviously we got some bits from the old studio.
Some nods,
and it
looks
good. Yeah, no,
that is quality.
The bar's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little one of those in a bit.
Little tipple,
little knock up. But it's funny because I did all this, and it turned out really well, and I was like, fucking, I've got this, like interior designer, and then usually like my missus picks all the stuff for the house, and like she's quite good at like interior, like she sorts it all out. It looks really good, and I was like, babe, leave the bedroom to me. I've got it. And I went out shopping with my kids to get some like furniture, and usually she'd have her input, and she's like, you sort it all out, and I ordered all this furniture for the bedroom, and it just looks like an old person's. We look like we're like 90 odd. It's very wooden.
Yeah,
it looked really good in like the showroom or whatever you want to call it, but when it's delivered to my house, it looks really odd. And so I was like, that's a one-off then, this interior design. But
one-hit wonder.
Nah, it is brilliant. We have actually a few more touches, don't we, just to add?
Yes,
because we were still. It wasn't until last week that we actually decided, you know what, this is season 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Last season was it season 1.5? Was it 2? No, that was season 2.
It was season 2.
It was a short season, 20 episodes, 20. Yeah, I think it was 20 episodes. This is season 3, new logo, new studio, new feel. So we've got a new logo, and we're going to be getting that made to go up on there.
Yeah, some pictures as well.
Yeah, maybe some newspaper articles or something like UFOs and things. We shall see. But this is just fucking absolutely immense. It looks amazing. One of the things, just going back to the move for a second, because I don't think people can quite, unless you've worked in like a factory, I don't think they can quite contemplate. For example, the dryer.
Yes.
The dryer is like, I mean, I know obviously people have different size rooms, but the dryer is like the size of a fucking room.
Yeah.
It's enormous.
Yeah.
So do you have to like get a specialist out to like strip that down? Move to then rebuild.
So much money to. The whole move is probably. Yeah, it's cost us like 50 grand.
Fucking crazy.
Because every piece of equipment, you have to have someone come out. You know, it's all specialist equipment.
Yeah.
They come out, take it all apart, pack it all up. Then you've got to sort out moving it. And then you got to get it back done the other end. We changed the process. The dryers, we had some gas dryers, and now we've gone to some different dryers, which is a bit more feasible. Obviously, Putin with the gas.
Of course, yeah.
Cheers, it's all right now, actually. And we had a little touch yesterday, but he was just going hiking all the gas. So they blame Putin anyway. So that's
it. It's the best way. But yeah, that's because obviously we have been a while. I don't know how. What was it? 3 months?
It's been about 3 months.
3 months, yeah. But this it is for you guys, especially. Obviously, this has been a fucking massive, massive.
Yeah.
This isn't just like, okay, I need to move out, which is stressful. Moving house is apparently one of the most stressful things you can do, which is, as you know, whilst you're doing a factory as well. But a house, if you're organised, you got the lorry, the movers and that, you can do it in a day or two. This is fucking.
Like, I've moved house. We about 5-6 years ago, we were kind of renting, and where we were renting, the price kept going up, so they just kept ending the contract. So every 6 months we'd end up moving a house. So I've moved in the last 6 years. I've moved about 8-9 times house.
Wow.
And it is stressful, but like the factory move was probably times 10 of stress. I would say.
Different scale.
I'd never do it again. Like this is for life. Like I ain't moving anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm staying here forever.
Hunkered down. Well, was this a Ministry of Defence?
This was where I need to research it, but I think it's called the Laser Building. So I think it's where they originally built the first laser.
Brilliant.
And it's got
there's so much radiation in this room.
Yeah, it's got
I'm growing a fourth arm.
It's got
beta waves.
6 foot concrete walls. So like, if you want to, so this where we are now is a bunker. Pretty, it's elevated, but it's like so all around us is 6 foot concrete walls, because obviously there's a doorway and some stairs that you come up to get in it.
Because when we were planning, you said you were going to put a door behind me.
I got someone in. And he was like,
"There's no way.
We can't. It's 6 foot of concrete all each side."
Fuck.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, you can.
We wouldn't actually tell if we got missile attacked.
We'd be right. Yeah, fuck Putin.
Yeah,
like,
Putin attacks us. We wouldn't even know.
Well, I mean, we'd have to be doing a podcast or be here on a podcast day. But, if you can line that up, Putin, far away.
There's even,
do it on a Thursday,
you can't see it now, but obviously, because the carpet's in, but there's an escape hatch.
Oh, yeah.
Which we put carpet over.
Yeah.
That's right. I've got just a hole in the floor.
I've got a Stanley blade, which we can cut it over.
Cut in case of
an
emergency.
But shout out to Ben. Like, this room, when he painted it all, it was a bit of a mess. It had just where it hadn't been used for a while. It had like it's just like had a little bit of mold and stuff, and Ben just cleaned it all up, sorted it out, painted it. So he's done a lot of work in here. I was more like the visionary.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we were obviously early on in the move, we were on Zoom, weren't we? And it was all like, what should we do? What should we do? And I just thought, if we're gonna, getting the agree and go ahead from 4 or 5 different people.
Yeah.
So I was just like, Dan,
I'll
take the reins, and you pulled it off nicely.
One and done.
Wonderful.
One and done.
Yeah.
Shout out to B&Q.
There you go.
If you want to give us any,
they ain't sponsored, but
any sponsor money,
just throw it out.
The bulbs are good. We could do a little sponsor.
Yeah.
Those bulbs though, like
they're nice.
You don't want those to be going 50 quid each.
Are they
for the bulb? Not even for the per bulb.
Bloody hell!
So what if that goes out mid podcast today?
Yeah. They're never getting replaced. So unless we get like a few more.
Ben can put like something in there in After Effects.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'll just green screen what it previously was on top of it.
I'm assuming they last a while.
Let's hope so.
At that price. Fake plants.
Nice.
That one's real.
Which one?
The big one, yeah.
The big one?
Yeah.
It looks good.
Keeping that watered, Ben?
It does need some water right now. Actually.
Which means he hasn't. Yeah, give it some water.
Give it some CBD
oil.
oil.
It's literally dying. It means he hasn't done it in 2 weeks.
NuHemp water. Coming soon.
Yeah, and it's funny because the old stuff just slotted in quite nicely, which is good.
Yeah, no, of course, the alien survived. Just realised, for the audio listeners, we have black walls, nice, are they called alcoves? Arches?
Yeah, archways.
Some light bulbs. We'll get it on the Instagram. We'll post it on the Instagram on Monday, because obviously we're keeping this a surprise until the episode goes out. But yeah, if you want to go over to the Instagram and see all the pictures from the new studio. But yeah, so that's the move. That's the studio. We'll go to a break in a couple of minutes, but before then, we'll maybe tease. Obviously, many months has passed. What's everyone been up to? What's changed, other than R.I.P. Queen Liz, which we'll speak about in a little while.
Yeah.
What's been going on?
For me, it's more been just keeping on, to be honest. Hanging in there, just about. Recently, I've had car problems, but that hasn't been ongoing, so that's only happened in the last 2 weeks, which is helpful when you're trying to get to a podcast and start it back up again. But I've just been working, to be honest. And
on the grind.
I've enjoyed having the Thursdays because I went to yours a couple of times to do some videos with you. On your
we
channel.
did a little conspiracy series,
which I really enjoy and I'd love to still do. Yeah, obviously, but having the Thursdays off as a day off was really good as well. Because if you take into account, I'm working. Technically, today doesn't really class as work, but it's a day away from home. That I'm not really fully relaxing on. So
till you had CBD.
Well, yeah. Until now, thanks NuHemp.
He's so relaxed. 20% off APMA 20.
That's it. Never forget. Just for this episode, though. Nah, I'm sure they'll be back. In which case, just use them all you want.
Well, I mean, especially as Dan is about to prove that you can't OD on it.
We're on a good track right here. Okay.
That's the thing. Obviously they have to have limits for medical reasons, but
Dan doesn't give a fuck about medical reasons.
You have to sometimes push the extremes, the boundaries to know what you can do.
That's for science.
That's it. Exactly, man. For science.
For the betterment of the human race.
Exactly.
This is why it's happening.
Elvis never used to stick to limits, and
he ended up very well.
All right until
died on the ship.
He was all right until he wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. That's what a beautiful way to live. You're fine until you're not. That's it.
You can't be more relaxed on the toilet.
Yeah. Very true.
That's it. But yeah, my week, effectively, I'm out for 6 days of the week because I work Saturdays as well to counteract the fact that I miss a Thursday. So, but yeah, it's been nice having the Thursdays off, which is, I think, a really good positive, having the alternating weeks that we're doing.
Yeah.
Because it gives us all a chance to just do or separate time or energy into something else that we feel would be productive. Like you've got your channel and doing stuff on the Facebook, which is really going well.
Yeah, it is,
Dan, you've obviously got this massive undertaking with the business and the factory. Myself, I would want to do more admin tasks for APMA on a Thursday, which that will allow me to do because there's a limit to how much I can do here.
Of course,
whilst we're filming, otherwise it would be a pretty shite podcast. I might as well not be on the podcast.
Also, make sure you talking of the numbers now. Make sure you subscribe. If you're watching, you haven't subscribed, because that proper helps us out.
And
it does, and all that good stuff.
Do all
comment.
that shit.
Yeah, no,
Comment.
absolutely. Because all of that interaction, comment down below, just basically makes YouTube think, oh wow, people actually like these people.
Yeah.
So if you like us,
I mean, it is helpful. We're not asking you to spam.
Don't take the piss.
We want your comments, but can they please be related to what we're talking about or the podcast in general? Don't just put sexy hot milfs here. Do you know what I mean?
See them a lot in the comments.
Really?
Yeah, then bots.
Yeah.
Bots, are they?
That's a few clicks you don't get back.
That's it. We'll I'll take it to a break. When we come back, I'll tell you what I've been up to. something that involves a baguette.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And as well as hitting a milestone I've been after for a very long time. We're going to talk about the Royals. We're also going to talk about, ever so briefly, what's going to go on going forward with the VIPs and stuff. All right, we shall see you after this break. Boop, boop. APMA VIPs, how are we doing? I just want to say, on behalf of the team, thank you for your patience. I know this has been a very long time, getting into the studio and stuff. We're back. We're, making lots of content for everyone. We're going to make a slight change to the VIP system. We're going to shut down the YouTube VIP system, and we're going to move it over to Patreon. There are a few reasons for that. Patreon's a lot easier to manage, as well as the revenue share on Patreon is better. Now, all of the revenue that APMA generates, we reinvest into APMA, but rather than giving a larger share to YouTube, if we go over to Patreon, we get more of that money that we can reinvest in APMA to just produce better stuff for you guys. So, we're going to move the VIP system over to Patreon. We're going to do exclusive content over on Patreon for you guys. This is just not a warning, but just letting you know that that move is going to happen. And that's all I've got to say today. But all of the exclusive content will be moving over to Patreon. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you soon. I was fighting that burp the whole time. Leave that in. APMA, we're back. We're back. Brought to you by NuHemp. NuHemp.co.uk. 20% off. APMA 20.
You know it.
So, yeah, like I say, it's been a few months. It's been a little while. I finally did this. After so long, hit 100,000. For the audio listeners, I'm holding up. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Mate.
I'm holding up
son.
the silver plaque. It took so long. But it's a beautiful thing. It really is lovely. And it's kind of, I've done it now. Yeah. So what the fuck do I do now? but yeah, no, I'd say if you just like put your thumb on it, it just leaves a trace. But it is beautiful.
It is nice. It's a good crafted.
It's really nice. It's really nice. So so I've passed 100,000. It was actually Stranger Things, weirdly, that got me over that. Because I just started doing as bonus content the Stranger Things theories, and they just really, really took off and got that 1,500 people in that I needed to get over the line. So 100,000 on YouTube, which is awesome. The Facebook's been doing really well. I think that's on 330,000. So it's really weird. The Facebook, I don't think I've spoken about it really on the pod at all. It shows not the difference in audiences, because obviously that Facebook is a completely fresh audience, etc. The fact that the best example I have is the Maldivian model murder case that I did. That is on, I want to say 8,000 views on YouTube. It's on 2.3 million on Facebook.
Yeah,
it's just...
You've got a few over 1 million.
Quite a few. I think it's... Well, I say quite a few. I think it's 3 or 4 over 1 million now.
Couple close.
Yeah.
But you got like a lot of videos in the several 100,000 views.
It's just so... and it's basically, the Facebook is my YouTube content condensed down to 5 to 6 minutes, because that's kind of the sweet spot for Facebook. And it's just crazy. And actually, the other difference is the UK on YouTube is my majority audience, whereas on the Facebook it's the US.
Right, that's interesting.
Which is there's they're obviously a little bit more fierce with the viewing numbers. But I had a fucking insane stat for June.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying.
In June, the watch time on my Facebook was 28 years. In 1 month. 28 years.
Your entire
of minutes
life.
My entire life was viewed
in the space of a month.
In the space of a month of June this year.
Like the Truman Show.
It's It's just So that's obviously fucking amazing, and we're now coming into October, which statistically should be the strongest for my kind of content So yeah, we'll just see where that goes.
Well, I'd say if you obviously, I mean, you probably said this on your channel, but if you follow Jordan on YouTube, it's worth following the Facebook because it's just edited with like subtitles and stuff.
Yeah, it's edited completely differently.
Edited different, and I quite like watching them. It's quite easy to consume.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like short snippets and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's obviously smashing it as well.
Thank you. Yeah, no, like the whole subtitling thing just really helps. I think it's because also just how people consume content differently. Yeah. On Facebook, it's more of a scroll thing, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I heard someone talking. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it's like Gary Vee or someone. But it's just basically saying that people think that when a platform starts to like die off or whatever, that everyone like migrates over to like the new platform. You know, everyone goes from Instagram to TikTok, but it's not generally the case. It's like people usually stay on their ones where like they're in contact with their friends.
Absolutely.
And that's why Facebook, you know, it's just an older crowd.
Yeah.
But it's still.
And I'm not being funny, for my type of content, especially the true crime stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like there are YouTubers and YouTube channels out there where their demographic is 16-year-olds, which is fine.
Yeah.
But true crime isn't that at all. So what you're saying there, which is absolutely bang on, where, you know, some, you know, the kids will migrate and they'll be on TikTok or whatever the next big thing is. You know, the majority of people who have their friendships and their families and all on there, who tend to be a little bit older. Like, I'm pretty sure my demographic now would probably be between 25 and 55 predominantly. And all those people tend to have Facebook, which is why it's probably doing so well. And
it's as well, because if like a large chunk of, obviously there'll always be some migration, but if a large chunk of people just kind of stay on there and you're used to that, you know, that platform, then generally you will stay on there. Not everyone kind of jumps. And each sort of like 10 years, there's just a new platform that comes in, and that's where people kind of stay, and then something else will come for like, you know, the newer kids, and some people don't want to come over and
that's
start.
That's true, because also, you know, especially with TikTok, I don't think there is a cap on how long videos can be on there anymore, but it's predominantly, you know, fast, snappy, 15 seconds to a minute, whereas, you know, Facebook is still, even somehow 5 to 6 minutes is considered slow. You know, it's a slightly slower pace, even though.
That's mad, isn't it? That's mad that the world we live in now, that a 5-minute video is almost long form.
Yeah.
It just shows you the pace of the world. And I imagine, you know, sometimes things change and swing back round, but I imagine it will just keep getting shorter, or there'll
go
be
to GIFs again.
Yeah, or there'll be there'll be something.
An image.
I don't know. Yeah, like we like that quick consumption.
I had an email from YouTube yesterday saying like they're going to monetize YouTube Shorts, because up to now YouTube Shorts weren't monetized.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, how? Like, how can you stick a fucking ad on a video? Like right now, well, to be fair, right now you have to have over 30 seconds on YouTube of a regular video to have an ad put in front of it, and over 8 minutes to have a mid-roll ad. But if it's just shorts and they're a maximum of a minute, how the fuck are you going to monetize it?
I wonder if they'll take a leaf out of TikTok advertising. I don't know.
As you scroll through, then it's an ad.
Yeah,
like an ad every like 3 videos or something. Yeah, and the creators get split.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's like, obviously Instagram have got their version of TikTok. Now YouTube have got their version of TikTok.
I think Facebook have as well now.
Yeah, they do stories as well. Yeah. So it's interesting how, you know, they're all including that.
Yeah.
And also pushing it within their algorithms.
Oh, massively.
I know that Reels and YouTube Shorts are getting pushed far more than like videos.
Yeah, most definitely. Some shorts are a joke, you know. Like because I have like I rarely ever touch it, but I have a gaming side channel which, like I say, sometimes put stuff on, sometimes I don't. And I had a period where I was playing a lot of Call of Duty, so I just cut up a really funny bit and put it on YouTube Shorts. Wake up in the morning and have like 25,000 views, you know. And it's just like, because they're just.
Does it transcend at all into followers or not?
They can do.
Yeah,
I've seen channels that do, but not very, you know, not very often.
Not very often.
I mean, obviously we had the clips channel, and I was trying my best with the shorts there to try and grow, and it was just it's just really hard to to kind of grow.
Yeah, I watched a video on this with a creator. It's like a photographer, really good photographer. And he got someone on who's like smashing the shorts, and he was like, he said it's almost two different audiences.
Yeah,
he says that he makes videos for his, for that audience, and he does his shorts for that audience, but they don't tend to cross over. Yeah. And he says he just makes both, and they're very different, and it's strange. It's almost like you got one platform, but you're doing two lots of so it'll make like nice edited long form content for the longer videos, but then short will just be quick on your phone, quick TikTok-y.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Who's the photographer? Is it Jordan someone?
No, his name is going to annoy me because he's a Canadian guy. He's really good. It'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah,
shout out to Canadian guy.
Yeah, Canadian photographer guy.
Yes, I mean, I'm annoyed because I've followed him for ages, and it's the fucking drugs.
No, fuck's sake. NuHemp, I'm so sorry. Dan is blaming you for his memory loss.
I'm only joking.
That was a joke.
That's a joke. It's a joke.
That was a joke.
Nothing's happening. It's not season up.
I'm 42. I'm just getting old. Yeah, it's weird when because you've asked now. I'm
being put on the spot.
Really trying to think, and I'm sure it'll come.
Yeah.
Oh, it will in a minute. So I just go straight to my phone. But
while you think about that, so what's the baguette about?
Yeah, what is the baguette about? Why is it placed on the shoulder of?
So, a few months ago, because this did take 3 months to come through, I did a 23andMe, which is why I'm on my phone. 23andMe, which is a DNA ancestry application, right? Because I wanted to know where was I from. Because I heard rumours, not rumours, but my grandmother said we've got Romany Gypsy and stuff, and so all these different areas. And I thought, that'll be interesting. Let's find out where I'm from. And the answer I got shocked me because of the percentages.
Right.
So 46.4% British and Irish.
Did they not add up to 100?
It does.
Oh, right, okay.
46.
That's what shocked me.
I think it does.
3% alien.
Yeah. No, it must do, right? Anyway,
208%
46.4% British and Irish. 44.6%, so 1.8% less, French.
What?
Now
the baguette makes sense.
I have never in my life on either side of my family once heard that we're from France. How the fuck am I half French?
Did you one of your nuns have a cheeky little wig?
Yeah, with a fucking mime or something.
Fuck me.
I don't know what was going on.
Cheeky little weekend with a mime.
Yeah, so that just shocked me. I mean, I'm 100% European, which was I thought a bit boring. But yeah, so British and Irish, 46.4, French, 44.6, Scandinavian, specifically Denmark, 3.2.
That is high.
And then broadly Northwestern European, which apparently is essentially traveller, 5.8%. But I'm 46.4% British, makes sense. 44.6%
So this is
French.
based on your DNA.
Yeah, you spit in a thing, and then you send it
So
off.
how
you gob in a
3
fun
months.
tube.
How do they take the DNA of a French
They
person?
smell it.
Apparently it's in the makeup of my DNA. Just
Right.
French, they're different.
What
But
happened
I'll tell you
was
what is cool.
they opened it up and they smelt creme fraiche. It's like French.
Garlic. But you get loads of stuff, right? So that you get reports of this is how you. I think I'm like 36% chance of having a hairy back. I don't, so obviously I'm in the 60 whatever percent. DNA relatives is really cool. So on here there are 1,800 of my relatives. The closest is shout out to Savannah Tucker. You are my third cousin. We share 0.79% DNA. But all of these people are technically my family.
And
Imagine. Hang on, that's
cool.
my ex.
And
Imagine, I'm just saying.
We're from Norfolk.
Yeah.
From Norfolk.
That's probably high in Norfolk.
But also,
what percentage of Norfolk were you?
So with that,
Just come with a webbed feet.
well, this is really interesting, right? So you go on British, and what it does, it doesn't say. It tells you what regions, right? But it says it in an order. It doesn't give you the specific percentage. But from 1 is where you're most from, and 10 is the least. So going in this order: number 1, Greater London; number 2, West Midlands; 3, Greater Manchester; 4, Norfolk. Considering like my family have been from Norfolk,
that's a rummin', isn't it?
Yeah. 5, West Yorkshire; 6, Lancashire; 7, South Yorkshire; 8, Merseyside.
Hey, mates, you're from Merseyside.
I think there's a lot of
9, Glasgow.
Oh my god!
And then 10, which is really interesting because this is where my dad and my dad's side are from, Suffolk. So yeah.
So you're more Brummy than you are from Norfolk, basically.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's mental.
That's it. So it's really cool. And like I say, it took me 3 months for it to get through.
For it to lay out that you're French.
Yeah. But look how likely I am to have bunions and all sorts of stuff, right? But also it told me, I don't know where it's going to be, and I can't think of the. Basically, I am related to, I think it's King Louis the 16th from France. He was the one. You know the French Revolution?
Yeah.
He was in charge.
Really?
And then there was a revolution.
He was the one who got,
He was the one who got
up.
Yeah, he got decapitated, I think. But yeah, so it tells you loads of stuff, right? Really interesting. That is for, and this isn't sponsored, I'm just telling you. Shout out to NuHemp. That was 85 quid. Cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Now you can spend 115 quid, and I wasn't being tight. I did not want to spend the extra. Why? Because the extra will tell you how likely you are to get cancer, all these different diseases.
Really?
And I was like, why would I pay you more for you to ruin my life?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's just scary. But there is, and Ben, if you could pull up, just type in, what's this called? You and Me 23. Is it You and Me? 23 and Me, sorry. 23 and Me conspiracy. Because there are lots of conspiracies about this company.
Oh, shit.
Right? This company,
I know about this now.
was apparently purchased, I think, this is obviously allegedly possible, maybe, about 10 years ago. This company was purchased by Google. Right?
Really?
And apparently,
Alphabet.
the theory is, and there is lots behind this theory, I'm just taking it off the top of my head, that basically they are storing people's DNA, like my DNA, whilst working on cloning and anti-aging. So imagine this, right? So they have my DNA as a 28-year-old, and then when I'm like 60, they go and they have the technology to like put you in a clone of yourself, or to de-age you, or whatever, or to harvest organs from your clone, like that film The Island. They're like, well, we could, if you give us 50 grand, we can grow your clone, and then we can use all that stuff.
Fucking, I'm in.
Same. Honestly, I could not be more behind an idea.
The only thing I want them to do is, like, if they do grow my clone, I just want them to like put something into their brain so that they don't know what's going on.
They don't, or they do?
They don't.
They don't.
Because I don't want, you know, because imagine that if like, you know, if someone one day like just come to you and be like, oh yeah, your whole life's a lie, you're the clone.
Oh no, yeah.
You're like, we need, you know, you've hit your age now. I mean, I'll be a bit late for a clone. I think they would have gone younger, but you never know.
But there's still like, because you're healthy, aren't you? So imagine if they could like, is your heart? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So if they could take your heart now, and then when you're 80, they're like, well, do you want a heart that's half your age? Do you know what I mean? You'd be like, well, let's go.
Sign me up. Like I say, I don't want the clone me to know what's going on, but like, you know, just numb all those bits down, and I'll have all the bits. I'll go full.
I'll have them all.
Sign me up.
Give me the fucking 12-incher.
Yeah. I mean, if we can get upgraded in that department, it won't be a clone from me.
So are there any articles that like discuss?
There's 5 biggest risks of sharing your DNA.
Right, let's read them because I've done it. So let's see. Right, hacking. I can get hacked. Obviously, this is not a risk to the genetic.
The DNA.
Spit, yeah.
I mean,
your saliva's been hacked.
Recent hack in the space. More than 92 million accounts from the genealogy and DNA testing service MyHeritage, not the one I took. Let's go. Okay, so it's more just like the database on that one. Right, so go down one more. Number 2, who may profit on your DNA? The answer, not you. One of the most compelling signs that consumers have a positive view of these companies is that a majority agree to let them share DNA with research partners. All of these companies make clear that they will not share your DNA with any third parties unless you explicitly consent to this. But as 23andMe data shows, the vast majority of consumers opt in. Yeah, I opted out of this. Because there's so... Mate, that's the one thing.
There's so many companies.
Fucking lists of just shit that they can use your stuff for.
And did you opt out though, or was it one of those trick ones? Oh yeah, it's like, opt out, but you're really opting in.
Yeah. Opt out of opting in. Yeah. Hey, oh, wait, what? I don't opt out of opting out. Yeah, you're opting in. What? Opt in of opting out? What? Is there any more on there? What's number 3? Number 3, law covering genetic privacy is not broad enough, experts say. I guess it is quite new, isn't it, in the field?
Yeah.
Law enforcement knows these companies have your DNA and they may want it. They're already asking. Of course.
I've got one. I'm just going to get a fire.
The company's situational privacy statement can change. Oh, so they could just change it. Just be like, oh, by the way, we're cloning you and sending you to fight in Russia.
If, like, don't know if this happened on Dexter, but like we got some nutter in there. He's like Dexter, and he's got access to all this DNA.
Oh,
and then he just goes and
frames you.
Yeah, goes to some scene and just fucks it up, and then just fucking
throws your spit on the floor.
Yeah, a bit of spit.
Why is the killer spit everywhere?
Have you tested the DNA? Oh yeah.
This guy's 43% French.
He loves. I know he loves to spit. He spits on all his victims.
So strange.
So
could be. But could be the case. Could be the case. So yeah. So that's the 23andMe, and like I say, there's something funky about Google purchasing it a few years ago. I remember watching a video on it. And then, like, Google have plans, down the line to clone people and stuff. And basically they can come to you and be like, well, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, and I get it, if they came to me and they were like, 50 grand will do this. But at the same time, it's like, hang on, I paid you and gave you my, you know what I mean? So how do you now, I guess they now own it. I don't know.
Because I think it's called Google X. I'm not sure if it's still running, but that's like an advanced department
where they're like trying 10x everything.
Yeah. It was on. What's his name? It was on the CEO of a. Fuck me. What have you done to me?
You shouldn't have eaten fucking 4 gummies, mate.
Jesus.
With the oil.
CEO of a. What's the podcast called? Fuck's sake.
APMA?
No, not that.
Not the name of this podcast.
Diary of a CEO.
Oh, Diary of a CEO. Yeah.
And before I actually lose my complete marbles, Peter McKinnon is the photographer.
Oh, the photographer. Right.
Yeah. Diary of I can't even say it. Diary of a CEO. Yeah, he was on that podcast, wasn't he? And he was saying about he worked for Google X and the shit that they get up to. Crazy.
Mad.
Because they take technology now and just go,
10x it.
How do we make it 10 times better? Not how do we make it 10% better. It's
10x.
Let's make it 10,000.
So imagine what they're doing with that company.
Yeah,
I know.
Like, so you're probably really right. Probably are looking at all that stuff, cloning and all that.
I'd buy it if I had the money. I'd fucking buy it.
Oh no, the thing is, when it comes out, you're gonna
wait. So I get to live again.
You're gonna buy it. Yeah. We all want. That's the thing that we all want to live longer. Like ethics goes out the window when you're like facing death, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they were like, I'll put you in a body that's younger, I'd be like, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Right, we have a few moments left.
Was that before we go any further?
Oh God!
The only reason you bought the baguette in was because you were French.
To be honest, it was a prop to remind me about the 23andMe
and lunch.
And lunch, yeah.
Has it got a filling?
No, it's just a
no butter.
Resting on
just a baguette.
Lob Bazaar's trusty shoulders.
That's it. I can stay there until it gets ridiculously mouldy.
Do you not call it a French stick?
Yeah, back in my house we call it a French stick.
Yeah. Because a baguette is more...
Out of respect, I thought I'd call it a baguette to the French.
I suppose baguette is more French, isn't it? I mean, French stick is probably a lazy version.
Yeah.
Of just what Brits
call mate, you got that French stick in there.
English bread.
When you're over in France, I would like the French stick. What?
Sorry?
The baguette.
The baguette. But yeah, that was just a prop to remind me. For the audio listeners,
I was going to say, but I don't know how many people listen to the next show. But I've just on what you said earlier about you being French, it'd be funny if you just started the intro off in French. Yeah. But then people might not get it.
Yeah, very
Bonjour.
true. Very true. But if you did get this far, let us know down below. Just write the word baguette.
That's it.
We'll see.
Or French stick.
Or French stick. Yeah, do you call it a baguette or a French stick? Let us know down below. Okay, we've got about 5 minutes left. Queen Liz.
Oh.
R.I.P.
I mean, we're dedicating, 5 minutes to this? Let's go, we care.
R.I.P.
Yeah, she...
the funeral was watched by... The funeral was watched by 5 billion people, I think, across the world. That's pretty mental. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I was going to say, did either of you watch it? Because I didn't.
And as well, how do they make half this stuff up, don't they?
Yeah, I was going to say, 5 billion people.
They just
I don't even know if they have TV.
Yeah, what countries have tellies? Okay, yeah, they must have watched it. Yeah.
They probably have access.
Yeah.
Well, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's live stream as
I
well.
bet there's not 5 billion views on
I
YouTube.
bet there's proper royalists doubling up as well. I'm going to watch it on the TV. I'm not going to put it on YouTube.
Just going to run it. Keep getting those views up.
Yeah. But I didn't see. I don't know what I was doing. Just working. I think.
Did you see Holly and Phil?
Yeah,
they're
getting a lot of shit.
Jumping.
They're like, there's petitions for them to be removed.
I don't know what
Holly's
actually happened
depressed.
there. I just know that people are upset.
They jumped the queue. There's a VIP queue, I think, for like service people. And family. Journos as well.
Beckham queued up.
Beckham queued for 12 hours.
Shout out to Beckham.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he's a legend.
Bought everyone donuts.
No, so with Beckham, what happened is he had that access to that VIP because he was knighted by the Queen. So, but basically, he gave his spot up for someone who who was like disabled or something.
That's a good play.
Holly and Phil.
That guy is trained in PR.
Yeah.
Holly and Phil.
Nah.
He's a legend.
Disgrace.
Like, I mean, I love him.
I do like David Beckham.
Yeah.
He is wonderful.
Phil.
Bought everyone
Not so much.
Phil and Holly.
Phil, ever since the We Buy Any Car debacle, Phil, you've not been the same man.
That's it.
Yeah.
He sold out. He sold out.
His adverts get on my nerves.
NuHemp.co.uk.
30 seconds, 60. Shut up.
The outrage on Twitter is
it mad? Is it
special. Let's put it like that.
The thing is, you don't fuck about with queues in Britain, do you? Like,
no, it's
I've
true.
seen people fight over, pushing in a queue.
Yeah.
It's one thing we take. I don't think Europeans all like, Yanks or.
Do you know what? I have a fucking story about a queue.
Yeah. Everyone does.
We'll end the podcast.
We'll end the pod with this. I might be able to do it in 3.5 minutes. So, by the way, we're keeping this one to an hour, guys. So, because we've only have a few days to get this out, because we want to get this out on Sunday. Okay. So I was coming back from Athens, which I went to Athens last week, I think, and we were in the Athens airport, and basically flying British Airways. The flight the day before was cancelled. So this queue for British Airways was 2 flights long, very long. Took me about an hour and a half. We're all queuing up, and there's some people in front of us, and it opened up for everyone to move down, and this old lady behind sort of like barged through and said, "Excuse me, can you move forward?" Barged past us to tell this woman to move forward. Wouldn't have made a difference, but anyway, that's just to tell you the temperament of this old woman, because she's very key to this story. And so, anyway, we're there for about an hour, and we're moving along, and there is disarray, because some staff are saying, right, this queue, it starts splitting off into 3 queues, and they're like, right, this queue is for yesterday's flight, this queue is for today's flight. And then another member of staff will come along and tell you the opposite. Oh dear. So this old lady behind and like 3 of her cronies, and just to give, if I had to give you a visual picture, polo shirts, nice jumpers, go fox hunting on the weekends. Mm-hmm. These are these people, okay?
Tories.
Yeah, probably don't vote Tory. Probably fund them. That kind of level, right? Don't know why they weren't in the priority queue. Anyway, so they basically start their own queue, right? Nice. Oh. So they start this their own queue to the left of us, right? And we're thinking, okay, if they're going to spearhead this shit, fair enough. So they walk ahead. Then the staff stop them. No, you can't do that. It'll cause chaos. Blah blah blah. So rather than getting back to where they were, they've now walked to the left about 2 families in front of me, and they've just stopped and not gone back to where they were and just inserted themselves in front. And I can see the two families in front of like, what the fuck? And I'm like, right, I'm not going to kick off royally because they are elderly, right? But I'm going to have fun with this, right? So I was like, excuse me. I was literally saying it like this. Excuse me. You've pushed in. Like, oh, it's fine. We're all going to get through at the same time. I was like, no, I reckon you're going to get through about 15 minutes before us now. He's like, oh, well, don't listen, it is what it is, isn't it? I was like, no, it's not what it is. It's not very British of you to jump the queue now, is it? And she said, well, no, I get. She was so, like, flustered that she was being, like, addressed about it. She was like, she actually said, yeah, well, it's not very British, I guess. Yeah. And then she tried to change the subject, looked up at the board with all the flights on, and she was like, oh, look at all these delays. And I went, yeah, something, queue skipper, like that. And she just didn't know what to do. So they felt very uncomfortable. Again, I wasn't being intimidating or anything. I was more taking the piss out of them to their face because they wound us up, right? But to be fair to them, they stood their ground. They didn't go back, right? So fair enough. I actually tipped my hat to that. You know, you stood your ground. What they did instead was they walked off to go get in the priority queue, which I thought, okay, well, you obviously don't have priority tickets because otherwise you would have done this an hour ago. So they obviously thought they were going to bypass it, right? So anyway, they go ahead and they stand in this priority queue, which is only like 9 people deep, and we're like fucking 30. And our one keeps moving. And it keeps moving, and it keeps moving. And I'm about 4 people from being served, right? And then I see the staff go over to them 4 old people that pushed in and refused to go back, and they were sent to the back of our fucking queue. Nice. And I was like, oh my word. Like that, literally, that hour and a half queue in that moment, because of the karma served, was just like, I would go back now and do that whole thing again just to have the satisfaction of them queue skippers being pushed to the back of the queue. But yeah, I just had a bit of fun with it, and yeah, they got their just desserts. But
quality.
That's my story of queuing.
Airport stories.
We are close. Have I got time? I've got 18 quick facts.
18.
No, but they're just like one worders. 18. No, not fact. What 18? The Queen.
The Queen. Fun facts.
Fun facts. 18 words about the
18,
Queen.
I'll fire them out.
Fun facts with Dan about
quick
the Queen.
Fire. Okay. 18 things owned by the Queen Elizabeth that will blow your mind.
Oh.
It's not by me, it's by Hot Dogs on Instagram, so if you... Whatever. All the dolphins in the UK, in the United Kingdom, she owns them all.
The dolphins?
Yeah. It just says, number 1, all the dolphins in the United Kingdom. I guess she owns them all. The best seat in the house... Oh, so she owns, the best seat in the house at Wimbledon. The Tower of London, Trafalgar Square, Queen Victoria sketchbook, a winning team of racehorses, the tiara covered in 1,333 diamonds, the world's largest clear-cut diamond she owns.
Yes, that's from South Africa, isn't it?
150,000 pieces of art, works of art.
Bloody hell.
Henry VIII's armour, she owns
Oh, that's cool.
A national collection of mulberries.
Okay.
A bat colony.
A what? A bat colony.
Nearly all of London's Regent Streets.
Wow.
Half of the UK's shoreline.
Nice.
The British seabed. She owns that.
She owns the floor of the ocean.
An offshore wind farm.
Nice. Renewable.
The UK's continental shelf. All of Scotland's gold mines. That's
controversial.
18, wow. So yeah, there you go.
Fucking hell.
So she owns Megalodon.
Yeah, essentially.
She's,
that's mad.
Well, Charles owns them all now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But shout to the Queen.
I now understand why apparently Charles technically inherited like 500 billion pounds worth of like things.
Yeah. They are mega.
That's right. They paid £8 million for the funeral chairs.
Mate, they're struggling. We should.
It's a cost of living crisis.
The prices of stuff is going up.
It goes up for everyone, including royals.
I know.
It's expensive, isn't it, to heat all those mansions?
That's it, especially when you're not in them.
that gold is a lot more now.
That gold, I mean, imagine that. They just got to... I don't know how much gold's in Scotland, but...
So wait, so if we're against the clock here, but if Scotland vote independent, does that mean we still own all their caves? all their mines?
Can we just go up and just take all their gold? Because
I think the royal,
Well, we'll say, look, the king, we're taking it.
King wants it. Sorry,
sorry, lads.
How are we going to get
Charles,
it cracking?
He wants it.
I wouldn't go to Glasgow and try and take any of their gold.
Well, that's where I'm from.
Yeah,
That's
you
it.
got,
That's my city.
Which side do you fall on? What happens if Scotland fight France?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's 46%.
Macron over here. Do you know what I mean? So I got to side with my boy.
It goes to war with baguettes.
That's it. But yeah, okay. We're going to call it there because Ben needs to get this edited up ASAP. It's got to go out this evening. No, only joking. A few days' time. Right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, listening, all that good stuff. Share the pod. And we'll see you next time.
Good to be back.
Up the APMA.
Up the APMA.
NuHemp, APMA20.co.uk.
That's it.